Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about the Trump layoffs being blocked. A U.S. District Court judge in San Francisco issued a preliminary injunction that stops the Trump administration from engaging in reductions in force. That's RIF in the ruling. We all just call them layoffs. The judge put the injunction in place, and at least for the time being, it blocks the massive layoffs the Trump administration was trying to conduct. She said the plans and orders were, quote, hastily constructed and likely unconstitutional. This order takes the place of the temporary restraining order the judge entered a couple of weeks ago. The injunction applies to the Departments of Agriculture, Commerce, Energy, Health and Human Services, Housing and Urban Development, Interior, Labor, State, Treasury, Transportation, and Veterans Affairs. It also applies to a list of agencies. Those I think y'all will be most interested in are AmeriCorps, the Peace Corps, the NLRB, the Social Security Administration, and the National Science Foundation. I know some of y'all are in the comments section. The judge wrote, quote, the role of a district court is to examine the evidence, and at this stage of the case, the evidence discredits the executive's position and persuades the court that plaintiffs are likely to succeed on the merits of their suit. The president ordered agencies to plan for large-scale RIFs and reorganizations. The agencies began submitting agency RIF and reorganization plans for review and approval by the president's centralized decision makers. Agencies then rapidly began to implement these reorganizations and large-scale reductions in force, RIFs, without congressional approval. In some cases, as plaintiff's evidence shows, agency changes intentionally or negligently flout the tasks Congress has assigned them. After dramatic staff reductions, these agencies will not be able to do what Congress has directed them to do. So, what's the core of what the judge has determined so far? Basically, that the separation of powers, as outlined in the Constitution, exist and still apply. Congress makes the laws. The executive branch enforces the laws. The judicial branch interprets the laws. If Congress says Department or Agency X has to do a specific task, the executive branch is required to make that happen, and it doesn't matter if they don't like it. A president can't get around this basic and fundamental concept of the Constitution by simply laying off so many people that they can ignore mandates from Congress because they don't have the people. This is the type of thing you should expect to see a lot of in the future. Judges will be saying this over and over as these cases progress. Congressionally authorized, approved, or mandated activities are not subject to whether or not the executive branch thinks they should move forward. It's important to remember that under the Constitution, the president does what Congress tells them to, not the other way around, though you wouldn't guess that from recent events. Undoubtedly, the Trump administration will appeal if they haven't already. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.